Morning. This is a special video where I just want to show us the difference between these three terms: atomic mass, molecular mass, and molar mass. Now, what do we mean by atomic mass? What's the atomic mass of a substance, of an element usually? Then what is molecular mass and what is molar mass? I'd like to bring some elements to the board to help this course. Let's say I bring up sodium, I bring up oxygen, and then I bring up CO2. Looking at these three things, this is an element, that's an element, that is a compound, not an element. Then, this is a molecule. Why is it a molecule? Because basically a molecule is made up of at least two atoms joined together by covalent bonds. So this is a molecule. That is also a molecule. It actually contains three atoms and they are held together by covalent bonds. But this is not a molecule. Coming up here, this one that is not a molecule cannot have molecular mass, because molecular mass means the mass of a molecule. So because sodium is just an element, it's just a single atom, it can have atomic mass. All right, so there's atomic mass for sodium but no molecular mass. Sodium is not a molecule. This is a molecule. Would it have molecular mass? Yes. This is also a molecule. Would it have molecular mass? Yes. But coming back to oxygen, even though an oxygen molecule is made up of two atoms, remember each of these atoms can be written as O and O. So this atom has its own mass, that atom has its own mass. If you sum up the masses, you will get the mass of this molecule, all right? So we have atomic mass of the element oxygen, and then we also have its molecular mass. Now in symbol, we write sodium as 2311, oxygen as 16,8, carbon dioxide, carbon there is 12,6, oxygen is 16,8. Remember, there's another oxygen, so let's put it there, 16,8, all right? Now for this sodium, the 23 you are seeing up here, if I put it down here, 23, and put it down again, 23, I would say that this 23 can be its atomic mass or its molar mass. See what I mean? If this 23 is written in the units AMU or just U, AMU means atomic mass units. But the ordinary U means unified atomic mass units. So if I write 23 AMU as the mass of a sodium atom, the AMU tells me that this mass is actually atomic mass. Then the 23 down here, if I give it unit of gram per mole, then it becomes the molar mass of sodium. So the molar mass actually, look at it, molar mass, mass molar, mass of 1 mole. So if I say what is the mass of a marker, let's say this marker, imagine that this marker weighs 20 AMU. That is the mass of 1 marker. What about 2 markers? It will be 40 AMU. 3 markers, 60 AMU. 10 markers, 200 AMU. What about 6.0 times 10 raised to power 23 markers, which is now 1 mole of markers? It will now weigh 20 grams, which we write as 20 grams per mole. So 20 grams per mole here means that for 1 mole of markers, which is this number of markers, their total mass will be 20 grams, all right? So 20 grams for 1 mole. Now, basically, once you know atomic mass or molecular mass, once you know any of them, Just change its units from AMU to gram per mole, and what you have is molar mass. So come to CO2. I will use oxygen as the last. For CO2, can it have atomic mass? No. But can it have molecular mass? Yes. Why? It can't have atomic mass because it's not an atom. It can have molecular mass because it's what? A molecule. So atomic mass not available. So this is atomic mass not available for CO2. Then molecular mass. And then molar mass. So look at this now. For sodium, it has an atomic mass 23. It has no molecular mass because it's not a molecule. It doesn't form molecules. But that 23, which is the atomic mass now, can be expressed in gram per mole to become the molar mass. Then in the case of CO2, it doesn't have an atomic mass, but it has a molecular mass. Its molecular mass is 12 AMU plus 16 AMU plus 16 AMU, which means the molecular mass of CO2 will be the sum of the atomic masses of the different atoms that make it up. If you add these things now, you'll get 44. And what will be the unit? AMU. Alright? But what is the molar mass of CO2? The molar mass of CO2 becomes 44 grams per mole. You see that now? So I got the molar mass from the molecular mass just by changing the units. Now for oxygen. Oxygen exists as molecules, but they can also be the oxygen atom, because unlike the CO2 molecule that is made up of different types of atoms, the O2 molecule is made up of the same type of atoms. So we can talk about the atomic mass of oxygen as 16 AMU. But what about the molecular mass? You now add up the masses of the different atoms. So that gives me 32 AMU. Alright? So the 2 AMU is the molecular mass. Now for an element like oxygen that has both atomic mass and molecular mass, which of them are we going to use to get the molar mass? It is the molecular mass. Alright? So this molecular mass, which is 32, I'm going to repeat it, but the unit becomes gram per mole. So the molar mass of oxygen is not 16, but 32 grams per mole. So according to what you have on the board now, you may need to study this after now. This is atomic mass, its unit is AMU. Molecular mass, its unit is AMU. This AMU, like I said, can also be written as U, which is unified AMU, or as the Dalton, alright, DA. So which means 1 Dalton is 1 AMU. Then for molar mass, it's usually measured in what? Grams per mole. So that's the difference between these three terms. But take note, you may also hear relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass. For any of these things on the board, to get the relative atomic mass, just take the atomic mass that you have and remove the unit, which means relative atomic or relative molecular mass would not have units. All right, so what's the relative atomic mass of oxygen? 16. What's the relative atomic mass of sodium? 23. What's the relative molecular mass of oxygen? 32. No units. All right, so relative, once relative enters there, the unit leaves. Okay, so I hope that was useful to you. I'll advise that you watch this over and over again so that you can benefit fully. Thank you for watching.